I've just reached there.
Yeah, it is so much. Your mind has so much impact on the rest of your body. So
Yeah.
that was great.
Okay.
Also because people did go out of their way to also make me feel special, because post lockdown, a lot of people realized that what the fuck have been doing living in our jobs. We want to travel, we want to see the world, we want to go places. So a friend of mine went to Leh Ladakh, and he literally sent me videos from there. He said, Bhavna, we miss you here. Okay,
Oh,
then a
that's
group of friends
cute.
of mine went to another location, and they all sent me good wishes from there. That Bhavna, I was remembered in places, and that really made my day, because otherwise, outside my work, all I could do was stay inside my room, because
True.
even a simple insect bite could have led to something. Simple cat scratch could have led to something.
Yeah.
I had a lot of ifs and buts around my treatment.
And we were not allowed to come very close to her also, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a limited window which was given. Ki Bhavna Ravana visit. Okay, we got to make this through in a little snippet of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Because
because yeah,
COVID was also happening
yeah.
that time.
COVID was also happening. Plus, immunity was so
Was so
low. If they
compromised, huh?
had cold and if they had sneezed around me, and if I had caught that cold, it could have been life threatening for me. People die in those stages more because they catch infections and they're not able to recover.
And she used to be very exhausted after the treatment and everything.
Oh my God. We'll do this
And
another session. I discovered meditation right before cancer during the
right.
lockdown. And the vibrations of the meditation and chantings that I did with my circle actually had a lot of impact in my recovery as well as my pain management. A lot of people actually take injections. There are injections you take in your spine to regulate white blood cell production from your bone marrow. That is where white blood cells are basically born. So, because your body from chemotherapy gets drained, and basically once you get chemotherapy, you're supposed to flush that chemo out of your body, and with that flush, basically, if all other good cells also die and get out of your body. After that, when your body is low on white blood cells and your body literally goes into something called a chemo crash, all your body, you feel very exhausted. In that period, you develop a lot of pain in your body, and to overcome that pain, you basically go through another pain, which is taking the injection into your spine, which regulates the production of white blood cells. It is a very painful process, but at least it helps you recover faster. I did not have to take as many shots. My doctor was very surprised. So
Okay.
there are few things my parents did allopathy wise. They give me a lot of papaya juice, lot of kadas and everything. But the second thing was my meditation, and because of this, actually, I went through it so much better. I also had another support circle
Okay.
where I was being shown the path to spirituality and the faith in a higher entity to also protect me. I don't know what it was. I believe meditation puts your body into this state, and if you believe that you're healing, your body starts healing. I've seen this. Like,
Bhavna, on today's date, even the modern science proves it. Okay, they have what is hypnotherapy? It is all about how your mind produces certain kind of energies of wavelengths and frequencies with which you can heal yourself. So
Yeah.
the healing firstly starts here.
Absolutely.
And if you can start it here, but if you go through people who are doing biohacking to reverse their age and everything, they will also talk about it.
Yeah.
It starts here. So everything is starting here.
Yeah. So yeah, that was great for me. I had great support circles. People used to, come on video calls with me all the time. A lot of people used to keep interacting, and my family was really there for me, and they did not spend even a single moment being morbid with me. We had to go through routine. We had to go through routine. We had to do certain things. We all focused on what next rather than, oh no, what has happened. And that's actually changed a lot of my outlook also now. I don't regret things that have already passed, because you cannot go back and fix them.
Right.
If you can't go back and fix cancer, you cannot fix anything else either.
True that the moment once gone is gone.
Exactly. So that has really changed the way I live my life also now. So I believe if something passes, you just have to prep for the next thing. You cannot sit down and spend time grieving what has been gone. Okay? It's good for you, it's bad for you, but it's gone.
But do you think that that treatment you went through, the emotional, physical, mental trauma you went through, sometimes knowing that this is a threatening cancer which you had and which has a chances of relapsing, do you think there are certain things which happen due to maybe triggering of that fear or something?
I know where you're going. So
Okay.
what she's talking about is that obviously I not only did I go through cancer, I also had this whole journey where I refound my entire self-esteem, because it broke down with my divorce, with going through cancer. You go bald, you put on weight, your family and friends are still being nice to you, and that's great. But then you start realizing that, hey, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? Will I find somebody who will love me again? Will I ever be loved again? Am I the only person, or are my parents and family the the only companionship I'll have in the world. And you struggle with that. And then it took time for my hair to come back. I have lived through a buzz cut phase. I have lived through, various phases. Like I went through the Tere Naam phase, then I went through a bob cut phase, then I went through a curly hair phase, and then and I was told I cannot get any chemicals in my hair or anywhere for the next 2 years. And the next 2 years I spent really healing, because my immunity takes time to come back. It's still coming back for me. But I also dabbled with the fact that every stage I needed to first accept myself before I even thought about another person accepting me. And it is still an evolving question. Do you get that?
So it is a journey basically.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you're still going through it, and
Yeah.
you're still sailing. And the good thing is at least you're sailing through it. And you every day try to sail through it.
Absolutely. Ever since then, I've realized every day you just have to sail through life. Nobody's life is perfect. What you put out on social media is only the good days or the good moments. And your entire life is not supposed to be like that. And it's not going to be like that. You just have to use those moments to cherish them. That is how normal people should use social media, not for external validation, like brands or influencers, because that is their job. Brands are trying to interject your lives in day-to-day basis to make themselves relevant, and celebrities and influencers are finding contextual moments to again influence you into taking a decision or a purchase or something.
Agree.
So for them, likes, shares, comments are really great. But for the rest of us, it's just validation, and you have to realize: do you want that validation, or do you want validation from other things that are in your hands?
Taking
Journaling,
care of your skincare routines.
getting therapy.
Getting therapy. Oh my God, taking care of therapy, taking care of our brain, emotions.
Absolutely,
everything.
absolutely. So it's making me a more conscious person, and hence I think if you're going to ask me if I'm ready for
Yeah, that was about to come. Now that would have been my next question, so I will go ahead with it. Bhavna, are you ready for companionship with a man?
oh wow, so I've realized that my definition has evolved. Obviously, it's evolved from a very. I never thought I will fall into a place where I will be so insecure about companionship again. But I was very lucky that I had great friendships. I have had great friendship with you. We've stood by each other for years and years
Yeah,
and
thick and
years.
thins. We've killed each other. We've loved each other. We've hated each other. All things done and done.
And I also had a very strong school friend circle. So first, though, they revalidated the fact that I'm a great person to hang out with, and they really do care about me, and I'm grateful for all of you. So first, I realized the definition of companionship has really evolved for me. From am I worthy of having friends? Am I a great friend? Do people really do miss me? I dabbled through all of that. So first, I wanted friendship. And I wanted to see who else has out there who's now still willing to be friends with me.